Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-February 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. Sorry. Have a little bit of a cold, so I apologize if my voice sounds a little off this time. But as always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything happening for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the remainder of February. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month for you, and a healing note. But Capricorn, let's take a look and see, going back to this first column, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the affirmation card, I feel peaceful. So this is also a summary card for you. So definitely a really peaceful last few weeks or month, which I like to see. We don't always get to use the word peaceful, so this is always wonderful anytime we see it. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what messages are coming underneath for you, Cap. Okay. First up, we have the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal, a card of hope. It's a card of inner clarity. These are very balanced feelings as well. So that goes quite well with the I feel peaceful card. One other thing that I want to point out with this is this big star in the back is oftentimes being in the spotlight, being recognized, being valued, being appreciated, being given some sort of award. But nice energies with the peaceful and the star card there. The next card that we have is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is very fast-paced. On the original card of the Rider-Waite tarot deck, it's like a horse and rider that are moving at full speed. So this is things coming very quickly. This is changes happening very quickly. So it's nice to know that you can have this kind of stuff happening around you and still have this sense of peace and this sense of balance and this sense of clarity. At the bottom here, we have the 4 of Coins or the 4 of Pentacles. This is a card of desire for long-term security. So it does seem like there's something that you wanted in these last few weeks. We're going to clarify to see if we were able to obtain this or not. But again, this is coming through as some sort of desire here for you. Let's take a look at our clarifiers though, Capricorn. First, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. Again, lots of things are happening, but yet you still just have this nice sense of peace and calm about you, which I like to see. Was likely some significant undertaking, though, with the Page of Wands. Perhaps that ties into our desire, so this is taking on something new to move us towards fulfilling of that desire. The next card that we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, very practical, very wise. Again, even though things are coming so quickly, you're just handling everything so well, Capricorn. I wish we all thought this even and this composed. Really, really nice to see. At the bottom here, we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful. This is about using your resources appropriately. Time, energy, money. So I will say, as you move towards this desire, I think you're taking the right actions. You're putting the right money towards it, the right energy towards it, the right amount of time towards it. So moving towards that desire, you're well on pace here. This can also be a card of fertility and relationships as well. So just be aware of that. Perhaps we are seeking fertility or seeking a relationship, new friendship, something of that sort. Okay, Capricorn, now let's take a look at our next column, which is just general what's coming for the remainder of February. We have a summary affirmation card of I am Crown of Creation. I love this because sometimes we lose sight of the fact that we can create whatever we want. So it's really important to be thinking of creation as you go into the remainder of this month. More importantly, though, realizing that you can create anything that you want for yourself here, Capricorn. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what messages we have coming through here. Up first, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, change. I will say it seems like the remainder of the month is going to continue to move pretty quickly. Like we saw in this last column, it was just like thing after thing after thing, even though you were so calm, cool, and collected about it. But I would anticipate things to continue to be pretty fast-paced going into the end of this month. With the Eight of Wands, this is also a card of finding out news, though, or gaining some sort of information. So you could be finding something out this month, something important. The next card that we have is the Tower card. The Tower card is an interesting one. Point blank, in simple terms, this is unwanted change. I always tell people a lot of times it's like you plan for ABC to happen and DEF happened instead. The nice thing about the Tower card is the Tower always puts us where we need to go. It's kind of like a course correction card. So even though it's not what we want in the moment, it's making sure we're on the right path. Some way, somehow, this is going to lead to more creation or your ability to create, interestingly enough. But I would say that there could be some unwanted change going into the end of this month. At the bottom here, we have the Three of Coins or the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of teamwork, a card of collaboration. Do be leveraging your resources around you. I don't want to say that you need them to create, but there's definitely some support in creating. Whatever you're wanting to create for yourself, that teamwork, that collaboration really could benefit you, at least in this kind of early stage here. Our first clarifier is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is typically a love card, but this is again that partnership, leveraging those around you. Make sure that we're communicating as well. Again, that information is coming from these relationships, but I really do think at this stage of creation, you could be leveraging those relationships there. There could be potential for a new relationship too, a new love interest. That could be the quick paced or the fast paced change. There was some relationship energy coming in, sprinkling through still. That's followed by the Lovers card, which again is another love card. So this definitely could be a new relationship or advancement of an existing relationship. And for everyone else though, maybe if this is not new love, these two, anytime we have two of something on a card, it does indicate a decision. So perhaps some sort of decision. And again, that's going to be how we respond to the Tower card, how we respond to that unwanted change. But again, that is an enabler to that creation. So even though we don't love the Tower in the moment, it's putting you on a path where you can proceed forward pretty quickly. And at the bottom here, we have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a long-term card. It's a card of leaving a legacy. I was saying that, I don't know, it just seems like we'll be leveraging our resources. They're helping you create whatever you want. They're helping you create this future at this point. Doesn't mean we're always going to be leveraging relationship, but this is a pretty relationship heavy card, helping you move forward here. Okay, now let's take a look at our love column, or excuse me, our money column, and we're going to kick off with like a tips, tricks, advice card. It says, find ways to experience joy during the process of creating money. This will allow it to come faster, easier, and consistently. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money here, Capricorn. First, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very free-spirited, very creative. I love this card when it comes up. It like screams freedom. So this could be financial freedom for some. This could be freedom in your career. Whatever it is, though, it feels really good. So this could be a big money breakthrough for you or a big career breakthrough. But it's really allowing you to live into your power here. The next card that we have is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card of needing to do some healing. there's something that needs to be resolved, something that needs to be worked through. So just keep that in mind. Interestingly enough, and I know this is not the typical definition, but it's like there's one last hurdle that you need to get over to get to this freedom. It could again be like a conflict that needs to be resolved, an open project that needs to be closed, a relationship that needs to be mended, but there's like one thing, one more hurdle that we need to get over to get to this freedom. At the bottom here we have the Hangman. The Hangman is a card of getting a different perspective. Oftentimes this is like a card of being kind of stagnant. It's waiting for more information. Again, it's needing that additional perspective. But it also is a card of gaining wisdom, so gaining the knowledge that you need. I'm not necessarily sure that these are connected here, but it's like you are getting some sort of information. You're gaining the wisdom that you need to take on the next step or make your next move. Let's take a look at our clarifiers here. First, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. I like to see that. Again, we're saying there's one more hurdle to get to this sense of financial freedom or career freedom, and it's going to happen really quickly for you. You're going to find out that news of it very quickly. The next card that we have is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic. Again, I think you may need to take a different approach, and that's what we're saying with the Hangman. It's all about that different perspective to get you there. But there is one more thing that's kind of like taking you to the next step. The King of Swords is very long-term. It's very strategic. So there's one more thing to get you, one more step to get you towards that future term plan that you're hoping for, or the next career move, or the next financial move here. At the bottom, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of being very reliable, being very patient, being very hardworking. Patience ties really nicely into the Hangman because patience and waiting, unfortunately, are kind of one and the same here. So as there could have been a delay with the Hangman needing to take those different approaches, patiently waiting, the Knight of Pentacles kind of echoes that message with patience and continuing to stay reliable, continue to stay hardworking, even if that means trying slightly different paths to get things accomplished. Okay, Capricorn, at this time we're going to move into our next column, which is our love column. Similar to the money column, we're going to start out with a quick love message here. It says, forgiveness. Stop focusing energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You can create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Let's see what messages we have coming through. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Capricorn. First, we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card of feeling like we need to defend something. We're going to clarify this, but this is like protecting and defending. The next card that we have is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, if you've watched my readings before, you know it's one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's a card of good luck, it's a card of good fortune, but more importantly, it's a card of being at a turning point, which I like to see. So whatever this competition or this defense, I think we're at the turning point where we can start to move away from that, which is nice to see. I'm not sure why we're defending or what we're defending, but it seems like it'll be pretty short-lived with the Wheel of Fortune here. The next card that we have is the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of, like this is taking voluntary change. So this is making the change by choice. Not sometimes we change because we have to. In this case, this is like making a change by choice. So perhaps it's like making the choice to stop defending or fighting or feeling like there's this competition. With the Moon, this can also be a card of trusting your intuition to navigate through whatever situation you're in. So definitely keep intuition top of mind in terms of love this month. But let's see what we have for clarifiers. First, we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. You see this person's blindfolded, their arms are bound down, and there's all these swords stuck in the ground. They can very easily wiggle back and cut themselves free. But a lot of times when we're in a position of self-imposed restrictions, we don't know it. So definitely take a good look at this conflict, this defense, this competition, because it may be more internal than it is external. Like feeling like we need to defend, feeling like there's competition. We may just not need to do it. It does seem like that shift is coming. So, but just be aware. Again, the nice thing about the Eight of Swords is it kind of like calls our attention to it. And then it's something that we can prevent if needed. Want to make sure you're not holding yourself back or causing complications for yourself with that self-defense or competition there. The next card that we have is the Six of Swords. Similar to the Wheel of Fortune, which is that turning point, this is a card of being in a transition. And you do get to move forward in the positive direction here. If you look at the boat is moving forward. So I like to see this. We are transitioning away from this competition, away from this self-defense. So it's really, really nice to see there for you, Capricorn. The Six of Swords can also be a card of physically moving or relocating. So some of you could actually be moving too. The next card, or our last clarifier for this column, is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is always favorable for you, Capricorn. This is a card of getting clarity, and perhaps it's like getting the information you need to realize you don't have to defend or there isn't competition. So I like, again, we're just moving away from energy that doesn't feel that good, which is nice to see. The Judgment card can also give you the ability to make the decision, again, the decision to move away from that. Trusting your intuition, of course, as you navigate, since that's on top of the moon. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message for our future self or spirit guides. We have the card, I Will Inspire. This is always an interesting one, and I think sometimes we forget our influence. So you're an inspiration here, Capricorn, and people will be looking to you for inspiration, but it's like you don't need to go out of your way to inspire somebody. You're already inspiring those around you, which is really neat to see. But let's take a look at what message we have here. Kind of a final message, something that we can carry into February. We have the Four of Swords to start with. The Four of Swords is a card of needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. It's kind of a tired card. It's a card of feeling burnt out. We did talk earlier, things are coming really, really quickly, so just be aware of that. Do some R&R as you go into the end of the month. Don't be like me and get a cold, then we have to force rest here. The next card that we have is the Queen of Swords. This is a card of being very self-sufficient. More than anything though, this is like taking care of self. No one's going to take care of you except for you. So do make sure you take some time for yourself as needed. Get that quiet time in, that nice rest time. At the bottom here we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebrations. I do see you going out to celebrate something this month. Perhaps you have really huge success or huge win. That very well could be what's inspiring people too. But you're going to be celebrating something personal. Sometimes when we see this card, it's like you're celebrating somebody's birthday or a baby shower or an engagement. Whatever this is like self-celebration. So I like to see this. So some sort of celebration in line there for you. And in terms of clarifiers, first up we have our Knight of Swords. Again, taking a look at our horse and rider here moving very quickly. I don't know that you need like to take a full week off or anything like that. But again, things have just been happening so fast that you do need to take a little bit of time to rest. Even if it's like 5 minutes a day to meditate or whatever you do to recharge. Again, this is just saying things are happening quickly, so make sure you have some downtime, some quiet time. The next card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles has so many meanings, but one of the Five of Pentacles meanings is kind of to isolate. And I know that sounds so extreme, but again, this is more about taking that time you need for yourself. At the bottom here, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is an interesting card. This is oftentimes like prying eyes or people watching, but that makes it sound bad, and this isn't necessarily bad, but I'm not surprised to see it with the Inspire. It's like whatever this success is, people are curious about it. People want to see it. People are inspired by the action that you're taking. So this is just saying people are looking, people are watching. But we kind of knew that with the Inspire card already. Okay, Capricorn, at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 8 of Spades. This is number 32 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 8 of Clubs. This is number 13 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3 is the 10 of Clubs. This is number 35 card. That's going to be a no. So yes, no, no there for you. If you watched your video earlier this month, we pulled a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of February. Your crystal this month is Fire Opal, which is good for passion, being spontaneous. It's really like the firework crystal. Very cheerful, very creative, very passionate. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, your ability to heal comes from knowing that you will heal. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Capricorn, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your February.